Have you ever finished a song and then somehow managed to avoid recording it? You know the song is there. It feels complete. It feels really good to sing through it. You may even feel proud of it. And yet, you keep putting it off. Well, I've realized that I'm doing this again. And I think I've finally figured out why. Welcome to Singer-Songwriter, a space to reconnect with your voice, your music, and the songs waiting to be written. I'm Lainey, singer and songwriter, voice and creativity coach. If you've ever dreamed of writing and singing your own songs, but doubt or perfectionism keeps getting in the way, then grab that notebook full of ideas. It's time to open your voice, trust your sound, and express yourself freely. Your songs are waiting. Let's bring them to life. Hey friend, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lainey. I am your guide through the creative process of songwriting, from that spark of an idea to finished song, and all the ups and downs and ebbs and flows in between, because it is a wild ride, let me tell you. But I'm so glad you're here. If you like conversations like this around singing, songwriting, creativity, then I invite you to join my email list. This is where I share behind the scenes reflections. We go a little bit deeper. I offer some journaling prompts. So to join my newsletter, you can go to reawakenyourvoice.com/insider. And if you are one of my OGs, you've been around a while, you've been listening, I would be so grateful to hear from you through a written review for the podcast. Go to Apple Podcasts, scroll down to write a review, leave your 5 stars, and leave me a message there. I love to hear from you. Okay, so let's get into this. I've been talking all summer about the different phases of the creative process. And right now, I have arrived at one of those places where I tend to get stuck. And that place is recording. So my summer project has kind of turned into finishing an old song that I've carried for years. I have worked through all the little uncertainties, all the little parts that felt unfinished, all of the questions kind of lingering in the air around the song. And at this point, I've actually finished a couple of old songs. So I'm really focusing on that finishing phase and where I get stuck there, how to move through it. And it feels really good to see so clearly where I was getting hung up and to move through it and to repeat that process a few times even. So yeah, finishing old songs, I thought the project might be creating something new, but it was these old songs that kept tugging on me saying, hey, you're not done with us yet. I love to jump to the fun part where I'm like exploring new ideas and getting inspiration and starting the process. And then I get to that finishing part, and that's where I'm like, this part's hard. I don't like this part. Let's go back to the fun part and just start over with a new thing. Anyone? Is this just me, or does anyone relate to this? So what is left now that I chose the summer project? Well, it chose me. It kind of revealed itself as we moved through the summer. Isn't that the way it kind of goes? The path reveals itself as you walk it. But here I am with an old song that I've carried for years, and I finally feel like it is complete. And what's left? recording it. And then, yes, sharing it. This is where I notice myself slowing down every time. And yes, I've moved through it multiple times. I have recorded in the studio. I have recorded live performances. I have recorded my own takes of demos and things. I've done this time and again. And every time, this is what slows me down. And in a way, I'm seeing it for the first time. That, oh, this isn't the first time. I've actually moved through this before. So I know I can do this again. But just like this summer where I have been deeply paying attention to and studying my creative process, I've been looking at this phase of it with new eyes in a much more, just in a closer way. I'm looking at it, analyzing it, studying it, and noticing what I do that helps me move through it. What I do that doesn't help me move through it, right? There's plenty of that too. So it's not that I don't want to record it. It's not that I don't want to share it. I do. But recording makes something different happen. The song stops being this private, malleable thing inside of my creative process. It becomes a thing that's out there, something you can hear, something you can evaluate, something you can share potentially. And then the stakes suddenly feel so much higher. Something changes when we think about pressing record. And that's what I'm noticing and paying attention to. And that's what I want to talk about today. Maybe you've experienced this too. This tendency to stall when it comes to recording your songs. It might feel finished, complete, ready, and yet you're not recording it. It's sitting there. I want to share 2 reasons why you keep putting off recording your songs. Because it's 2 reasons I keep putting off recording my songs. And what the reality is with each of these. So first of all, the first reason why you're putting off recording your song is because recording feels final. When you're writing, the song is still becoming. You can change the lyrics. You can change the melody. You can try something different with the accompaniment. You can follow one of those creative impulses in the moment, and it can become, this new exciting part that you hadn't anticipated before. But recording introduces a kind of finality. So it changes the relationship with the song. There's something about pressing record that says, here it is. This is the finished product. This is what I created. This is what I'm capable of. This is my artistry packaged up into one song. So of course, that kind of final all or nothing thinking can awaken these feelings of perfectionism, self-consciousness, fear of making the wrong choice artistically, comparing your song to other songs, your voice to other voices. Like, what if it's not as good as I thought? What if I only hear everything that's wrong with it and I want to go back and fix it, but I can't because it's recorded, it's final, it's a thing out there in the world. Like, what if I share it and people don't like it? All of these thoughts swimming around. No wonder you're procrastinating the recording. No wonder I am procrastinating the recording. With all these thoughts swimming around, it's impossible to hear the clarity of just sing the song. So it's not about laziness or lack of motivation or, just lack of discipline or something like that. Maybe it's about what recording represents. What would it mean if you recorded this song? What would it mean about you as an artist, as a human? Who would have to hear this song? What might they think about it? All of these thoughts are not helping clear the path to a finished song. They are getting in the way. They are creating that bottleneck. But what is the reality? The reality is that this recording does not have to be the definitive version, the recording, the final version, like the definitive statement. There's all this pressure around treating the recording as the recording. But what if it's just a recording of this song by this artist at this moment in time? I think about some of the great songs that have been recorded, beautifully produced on an album. And we hear it and we love it. But then we hear, years later maybe, this old demo version that's kind of rough and it's kind of different from the studio version. But something about that raw, rugged feel to the rough demo, it feels so real and so human, and there's something about it, we just love it. And it's just a recording of that song by that artist at that moment in time. What if that has its own kind of natural beauty? It's like I've said before that a finished song is just a snapshot of who you were at that moment. When you chose to call it complete, or when you chose to let it go. Well, this recording can be a snapshot too. It doesn't have to capture everything that you'll ever do with this song. It's just a moment in time, and it's a version, not the version. It's a version of the song. That feels so much lighter. Secondly, the second reason why you're putting off actually recording the song. Preparation is really just perfectionism. Sometimes getting ready is just another form of overthinking. Perfectionism is masquerading as preparation and craftsmanship. Maybe, like myself, you tell yourself things like, well, I need to figure out the piano arrangement first. I need better equipment. Oh, how long did I procrastinate by just looking for the right recording equipment, researching it, buying it, trying to put it together. This is all just overthinking and perfectionism. one for me right now is I need to learn how to record piano properly. Like, if I set up microphones for my acoustic piano, how would I do that? Do I have the right microphones? Or maybe I'll just use my electric piano. But then it's not really that beautiful acoustic sound I love so much. This is the overthinking that keeps going and going and going. Maybe for you, it looks like I need to figure out this piano interlude or this intro, this ending. I need to get better at music production. Been there. Taking lessons in music production, I learned so much. And it was so valuable for me. And I'll probably do it again. But looking back, I see how that's also a tactic of stalling, overthinking, over-preparing, getting ready to get ready to get ready. Some of these things may actually be true. Maybe you do need to work on that bridge. Maybe you do need to figure out the arrangement in that one part. Maybe you do need to understand the basics of recording. But if I'm keeping it real, we all can just open up our voice memos and push record, and the sound quality won't be great at all, but it will be recorded. So that's a great way to practice recording. And that's something that I've been doing, just practice recording, practice pushing record on a very imperfect recording. But what I'm saying is there's a line where preparation stops serving the song. And what it's actually doing is protecting you from the vulnerability that it takes to actually make the recording. So this is the line that I am watching for myself right now. And I'm seeing the dance around the line. So it's real. The struggle is real, guys. And I'm in it with you. I'm just sharing my reflections from the journey that I'm also on. The reality of this preparation that's actually perfectionism, the reality is what's needed is to bless and release the song. At some point, you have to stop refining and stop preparing and stop trying to eliminate every possibility of exposure or regret. And you finally have to say, this is the version I'm making right now. This is the version right here. Could it change in the future? Sure. Could I revamp it? Sure. Could I collaborate on it in the future? Yes. Could I do a more refined recording in the studio with a sound engineer and some studio musicians supporting me? Yes. But this is the version I'm making right now. And you bless it, and you record it, and you release it. And it's not because it's perfect, but because it's time for the song to exist. And also because there's another song waiting somewhere down the road. Maybe it's already in the queue. This is true for me because I started the summer trying to write new songs, create something new. Because I always can find inspiration for new songs. And I love that part of the process. But what I kept being guided back to, and this surely was the Holy Spirit, this surely was God saying, Lainey, I love you. Stop starting over. Finish what you started. I've already given you so many songs. Finish what you started. And then we can talk about the new songs that are just, pushing at the door, waiting to come in. They want to be here so badly, but finish a song all the way through, and then we can start again. So now I want to bring it back to you and ask, where are you slowing down in your creative process? Because maybe it's not recording for you. Maybe you're not stuck with recording. Maybe you're stuck somewhere else. Is it starting? Is it choosing an idea? Are you stuck in that messy middle and you can't see the forest for the trees? Maybe you're stuck finishing. Maybe you're stuck recording. Maybe you're stalling at sharing the song. Wherever you find yourself slowing down, ask yourself, what might be underneath that resistance? Is it actually a technical problem? Oftentimes, it's not a technical problem. Many times there is some kind of fear attached to the next step. So another question you can ask yourself is, what would it mean for me to record the song in my case? Or whatever part you're stuck on, what would it mean to move to the next phase? What would that bring up for you? What would that require of you? Because that's often where the fear is hiding. So a simple practice to take with you. What is the very next physical action? Not how do I finish my song or how do I make this recording sound good, but just what's the next thing I can actually do? So for me, maybe it's set up the microphone, record one take and listen back. One step, then another. And let the path appear while you're walking it. We can get so ahead of ourselves, trying to plan it all out, which is just another form of stalling, overthinking, perfectionism, procrastination, whatever you want to call it. It is the resistance. This is the resistance of creating something with meaning. Resistance is going to show up. How we move through it is what builds our artistry and helps us grow as singer-songwriters. This summer, I thought I was going to make a new creative project, and instead, I ended up revisiting old songs. And I ended up studying my own creative process. And what I've learned is that I get stuck in finishing. I get stuck in recording. I get stuck when the work asks me to stop tinkering around with it and actually just let the song be. And that's such valuable information. Because now I know where my bottleneck is. I see it. My natural tendency when I get to that bottleneck is just to give up and start over again at the fun part, where I get to have new inspiration and new ideas and play with these beautiful beginnings. When what's really needed of me is to do the song a favor and let it be in the world. And maybe that's the real purpose of paying attention to our creative process. Not to, eliminate the places where we get stuck forever, because this is the part that comes back again and again. But in seeing that, I can recognize it sooner. I know what happens there. I know what is needed. And I learn how to move through the resistance. So maybe you don't need to know exactly how this next stage is going to unfold. Maybe you just need to take the next step. Set up the microphone. Open the project. Write the first line. Record the first take. Whatever your next step is, take it. Thanks for listening, friend. If this episode moved you or inspired you in some way, would you please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or share this episode with someone who's been praying for a vocal breakthrough? Until next time, keep nurturing that song in your heart. Lots of love.